Good morning from Kuala Lumpur, and it is great to be back in Malaysia again. I love it. I'm relaxing and enjoying a beautiful walk through Perdana Botanical Gardens. This is where I love to go in the morning for a wonderful walk. You have beautiful waterfalls that I'm going to show you, and it's just a spread out area of acres and acres of beautiful parkland. There's also smaller parks here that you can visit as well. We're going to have a good conversation today talking about a subject that relates to living overseas. That's what this channel is all about. Living low cost overseas, getting out of the West, and living your best life for you. We're also going to grab a good bite to eat. Let's go ahead and begin our journey enjoying this botanical garden, and we're going to have a good conversation. Let's go. At the time that I'm making this video, we are just getting through tax season for the US. Tax season means that even though we might be retired, even though we might be traveling the way that I am, it doesn't matter. You still got to make sure that you pay your taxes, whatever they may be. And if you don't, you're going to get into as much trouble as you would any other time. Being retired doesn't change anything, okay? So while I'm living overseas, there are three basic things that I have figured out that help me with taxes. And we're going to go over these three today. The first thing that I have learned about doing my taxes as I'm traveling is to have a good CPA, one that understands two basic things. One is when you're traveling, the expenses that you're going to deal with, and also any issues as far as making money overseas. They need to understand those aspects. And a lot of CPAs do these days because so many people are working or living overseas. So that's first. You want to make sure your CPA understands your living situation. The second is that your CPA needs to be connected online. You need to be able to do everything online. They need to send you documents to be signed digitally to be sent to either your state or federal government. Also, you need to be able to go through all of your different brokerages and send them everything digitally, and they understand that, they get it, and it makes things easy both directions. You need to have a digital ready CPA. Okay, look at how beautiful this is here. How gorgeous. I love this. I love wandering through this park. So that's step one, the CPA that you choose. Make sure that you have a CPA to do your taxes. That's very important because when you're living this lifestyle, traveling, or if you are even just retired back in the States, you are in a different type of work, retirement, income bracket, and you need a CPA that understands your lifestyle. The second thing that you need to have ready when you're retired and traveling the way that I am is you need to be able to connect securely to all of your banking and investing services. That way you can download the end of year reports that they do for you. You have to have a VPN set up on your laptop, and then you go to each of your banks and each of your investment brokers and you download the end of year documents. They usually come in around end of January, beginning of February. You download them and you mail all those to your CPA. What does this do for you? You have to show what your income is. You also have to show any losses that you've taken on your investments because those are write-offs. Also, you need to be able to download your end of year statements for your credit cards because that shows what your expenses are. These are just as important when you're retired as they are when you're working. You want to make sure that you have an accurate tax record and that you're getting back what you're supposed to. You don't want to pay what you're not supposed to for your taxes. So make sure all of your financial environment is digital. You can securely connect to them and download all of your end of year statements that you're going to need. Also, what about your healthcare statement? That also needs to be digital, and it is, by the way. The document that says that you had coverage on healthcare for the year, that is also available digitally. Your Veterans Administration documents, they are available digitally. All of them are. Make sure you set all of that up. What I like to do is I create a folder where I put all my documents every year on my laptop, make sure it's backed up in the cloud, and I have all the links that I need. January through March, I have all my links to go to and download the documents I need. Once you're retired, this is kind of like your work period. You know, January through March is where you need to work again because you need to get your taxes set up, all right? So everything needs to be digital. Let's keep going. The third thing that I learned is to make sure that you have a business in operation. Get a business license. Now you might say, what is that all about? I'm retired now. I never had a business license when I was working, or maybe you did, in which case maintain it. But if you're not having a business license at this time and you're planning to retire, sign up for one. It's very inexpensive. I think some states charge like 20 bucks to get one. It can even be done online. But when you start traveling, when you're retired, you are still going to be working, and I'm going to explain this to you. You are going to be an independent contractor at that point, and you're going to have expenses, okay? You are going to find when you retire that you're going to do something. Something is going to be a form of work for you. It might be consulting for someone else that is in the industry that you did. You might be helping a friend out that is running a small business. You may start a small business online yourself, okay? You may get involved with social media like this. It's hard to say, but generally when you retire these days, you keep doing something, and that's good. It's good for your mind and it's good for your body. And you need to make sure that you put down not only what income that you got, but you also want to put down expenses. Now that you're retired, you don't get a W-2 anymore, but you are an independent contractor. And you should be showing what expenses go into that so that you don't get charged for the income. And it keeps the IRS on their toes, understanding that you are still working. You haven't retired in their eyes. Man, I love walking through this park. It's so beautiful. Over here now they have what's called Deer Park. We'll go there one day as well. They have live deer in there. There's a bird park. We'll go there as well. Generally, I'll make that like an entire day because they're pretty good size and there's a lot to see there. But today we're going to go down by the water area and show you some of the water features. Oh, I love it. You go in the morning like this, it's very quiet too. By the time you hit like noon, there's a lot of families here and a lot of schools bring their kids here as well. So going in the morning for your walk here in Perdana, this is just lovely. I want to take you some places in this beautiful city of Kuala Lumpur. I want to show you a great place to grab a bite to eat. And of course, let's go grab ourselves a coffee. It's good to be back. Let's go. The Mondo Cafe is an example of a great little Kuala Lumpur restaurant that offers you an affordable price for a complete meal. This place has a great menu and their lunch menu is fantastic. Thank you so much. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. For $5, you get a complete meal. It comes with the soup on the side. It comes with your main dish, a drink, and a dessert at the end for $5. This is why I love traveling Southeast Asia. This is how I live low cost. This is how I cut my food costs and still live a normal life here in Southeast Asia. And it's just the reason why I don't see going back to the States
where I would pay more for food and deal with all the stress of being there. I don't want any of that. I'd rather just live here, have affordable meals, live a low cost, low stress, healthier lifestyle.
Wow, 1 year away from Kuala Lumpur and so much has already changed. They've built all of these new parks, and that's in a city that already takes parks and greenery so serious. I love it. We're now going through the Chinatown area, and we're in the daytime. At nighttime, this area just really goes off. We'll be visiting Chinatown later in the evening on another video, and I'll give you a chance to see what it's like. It's an experience. But we're out in the daytime today. Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to thank you for the time that you've spent with me today. We are back in Malaysia and it feels good. I am so happy to be back in Kuala Lumpur. It's a beautiful time of year. It's warm here. However, I tell you, it's really not that bad. It's not as hot. And there's been a wonderful breeze blowing through all day. There's so much that I'm looking forward to showing you here in Malaysia, in the beautiful city of Kuala Lumpur. I have this whole year of places that I want to go and things I want to do in Southeast Asia to bring you low-cost lifestyle, living overseas, getting out of the West, and changing your life for the better. Does that sound interesting to you? You want to come along on this journey? Like and subscribe the video and let's go together. All right, I'm going to let you go. We'll talk again soon. Aloha.
I spotted a vicious, highly trained Malaysian attack cat specializing in elimination. Look at him. He's looking at me. He's got my scent. Look at, he's licking his chops. He's licking his chops. The mad cat of Malaysia.